Now, there are three kinds of groups that I just want you to have this information in your back pocket. So there, go with me on this. We have a monophyletic group. We have a paraphyletic group. And we have a polyphyletic group. Okay. We can identify groups of critters on a cladogram or a tree and call them out as a specific kind of group. So a monophyletic group contains an ancestor plus all the offspring. Offspring isn't the right word. An ancestor plus all their, I can do this. All the descendants. Yay, descendants, offspring. I like descendants better. Offspring makes it sound like it's just all in the family, but descendants make it sound like it's down the line. A paraphyletic group contains an ancestor, but not all descendants. So the ancestor is there, and some of the descendants are there, but not all of them, and that is considered a paraphyletic group. And a polyphyletic group is missing the ancestor. So it's just grabbing, it's grabbing species without having their past, their history involved. And we're going to look at some clades and see if we can identify these. The other thing that I think is helpful when we're talking about groups is sometimes we talk about a sister group. And the sister group is the one who shares the most recent common ancestor. Most recent common ancestor. And let's look at this. These guys are sisters, and these guys are sisters. They share the most recent on a cladogram. Now, we could make a new cladogram and have just lizards on that cladogram, and we'd have like a whole bunch of different groups, right? It would change. The sister isn't something that is like the bird is not always the sister of the lizard. In this tree, the bird and the lizard are sisters, and the whale and the human are sisters because they share the most recent common ancestor. Okay, so you've got your definitions. Let's look at a couple trees and decide what kind of clade is this. Now, look at the entire cladogram, okay? And we can mess with this. We can be like, oh, dude, look at all these ancestors. Here's ancestors. Here's an ancestor. Here's an ancestor. These are my little end groups up here. These are my living critters. And if we cut the cladogram right here and just looked at that chunk, that green chunk, what do you think? What kind of group is that? Well, look, we've got an ancestor, and all from that ancestor, from this ancestor on, we've got all the offspring. We've got all the descendants, which means what kind of group is it? That's a monophyletic group. Should we try another one? What about this one? We have, look, we have one ancestor, but I'm just going to highlight our other ancestors. That ancestor gives rise to this guy. This ancestor gives rise to this guy. What kind of group is this? We barely have any ancestors at all. I'm going polyphyletic. That's a polyphyletic mess right there. If we grouped, if we made this little red box into a grouping, like we said, these are all birds, folks. We're calling these birds. Cladistic humans are going to be like, I don't like that grouping because that group of birds doesn't necessarily, that doesn't tell me anything about evolutionary relationships. They don't like polyphyletic groups. What about this one? What do you think is going on here? This is wild. Well, here's an ancestor, but what's also true? Ooh, you can't see that at all. That could be, that could be considered an ancestor, couldn't it? Inside that box, I'm going with monophyletic for this one because if I cut there, I'm including there's nobody that's not included in my little box. And I guarantee I can flesh out that box if I feel like it. But I've included everybody from the point on. So I'm calling that monophyletic. I think I have one more for you. Okay. We have an ancestor. We have more ancestors, holy ancestors. We've got almost everybody included in this, but we left one person out. We've got the common ancestor and almost all of its descendants, but not all of them, which means what kind of group is it? This would be our paraphyletic group. I think that is, look, do you know what that means? That means it's the end of the story. And I have to tell you, like, I am a total lightweight. It is 11:15 at night. And I feel like, no, I'm a go to bed at 9 p.m. person now. And if you know anything about my YouTube world, 11 o'clock video would be like a really early video, but not anymore because I turned 50 this year and that means that I have to go to bed early. All right, I made it though, and you did too. Good job, evolution. We're rocking it. Bye-bye.